now Gaza, which is as big as a small county here in Florida, those people are trapped. They can't leave the area. It's been described as a open-air prison. That's what's unacceptable, and we need to break that siege. We need to lift the blockade, and the people in Gaza should be able to live freely, just like anybody else.
Do you think what happened the last week has changed the equation at all?
Of course, it's changed the equation a lot in the sense of that obviously with all the analysts are saying that it was a big blow to Israel. They couldn't achieve what they wanted. And the reality is, what I suspected all along, it was never about the rocket fires. It was more about the electoral politics that's happening there, and that the current government needs to somehow get the support of the people. So they needed something to galvanize that type of support. And I think they miscalculated it. And also because the reality is we live in a new Middle East. The area today is not the same as it was in 2008 and 2009. And fortunately for the Egyptian government, Mohammed Morsi stepping up and saying, this is not your grandfather's region anymore. And I think that tilted things.
What do you think about, does this help though Abbas going to the United Nations at all? And what do you care? What do you think about that?
I mean, Abbas is becoming more and more irrelevant, and that's because of Israel's doing. I mean, they've had a partner for peace in the PLO and Abbas for years now and for decades, but they keep undermining him. They keep undermining every time there's some sort of agreement, and the average Palestinian is seeing that things are not moving forward through peace. And the message that they see when Israel launches attacks on Gaza like that, they say that the message and what Israel understands is violence. So Israel is, through its actions, undermining the peace efforts and undermining Abbas and unfortunately ending hope for a two-state solution by the way that they're going down that track. And if anybody came out as a winner this week, it's been Hamas in that region and undermining Abbas. If you saw the image and coverages, Abbas wasn't part of it. It was Hamas and people in Egypt, the government there. So they're making him more and more irrelevant through their actions of not going forward with the peace process.
All right, thanks, Jim. There's been a lot of rockets fired for years now, and now, as we've seen, they have higher capacity now to reach Tel Aviv and the like. That enough is enough as far as Israel is concerned, and that's why they did their actions beginning last week. What do you think to say to that?
Well, I think you'll have to remember that in just one Israeli airstrike, Israel killed more Palestinian civilians than terrorists have killed in Israel over the past 3 years. More Palestinians have been killed in just one Israeli airstrike than all the rockets fired by Palestinians in the past 2 years. And that's very important to remember, is I think Israel is actually disproportionate. And frankly, I think it's a complete lie that this military attack against the people of Gaza was started in response to the rocket fire. Before any rockets were shot very recently, I mean, Israel had killed several Palestinians. And again, it's a cycle of violence. Both sides need to stop and put human blood and human life above just
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Free, free Gaza! 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 Hey, hey! Ho, ho! The occupation's got to go! Hey, hey! Ho, ho! The occupation's got to go! Hey, hey! Ho, ho! The occupation's got to go! Hey, hey! Ho, ho! The occupation's got to go! Hey, hey! Ho, ho! The occupation's got to go! Hey, hey! Ho, ho! The occupation's got to go!
Hey, hey! Ho, ho! The occupation's got to go!
Hey, hey! Ho, ho! The occupation's got to go!
Hey, hey! Ho, ho! The occupation's have to go!
Hey, hey! Ho, ho! The occupation's got to go! Hey, hey! Ho, ho! The occupation's got to go! Hey, hey! Ho, ho! The occupation's got to go! What do we want?
Justice!
When do we want it?
Now!
So, Saving for Peace started nearly 10 years ago. And during this time, we've needed to take action to denounce Israeli aggression on 4 separate occasions. The first of these instances was in 2006, when Israel attacked and invaded Lebanon. Then, in 2008, Israel attacked and invaded Gaza. Again, in 2010, Israel assassinated 9 international human rights activists on a flotilla that was bringing badly needed food and medicine into Gaza. And just last week, Israel began yet another assault on Gaza. In each of these incidences, it has been Israel who is the aggressor. In the most recent assault, Hamas did not start the conflict, as Israel, the United States, and most Western media insist. The recent conflict was triggered on November 4th when Israel killed a Palestinian man near the Gaza border. This man was reported to be unarmed and mentally unfit. Additionally, on November 8th, during an Israeli incursion beyond Israel's border with the Gaza Strip, a 12-year-old Palestinian boy was shot dead while playing soccer. Furthermore, an underlying cause is the devastating and illegal Israeli economic blockade on Gaza.
Thank you, Dina Formentini from St. Pete for Peace.
Yeah.
Next, we're going to have Hassan Shibley from Terrace, Florida, come up and speak. Please give him a round of applause.
First, I want to greet you with the greeting of peace and love. Assalamu alaikum. May the peace and blessings of God be with you all. You know, it's so empowering to stand here with such a diverse group standing for peace and justice together, especially on such a special day. As many of you may know, today is the Muslim holy day of Ashura, a day which we fast to thank God for giving victory and justice to the Jews who were with Moses and who were being oppressed by the Pharaoh. And this shows us that this conflict is not about religion. It's about politics and oppression and occupation. And just as God gave victory to the Jews when they were oppressed by Moses, we are certain that God will always give victory to the people that are oppressed. So just have patience, and the victory of God will be soon. One of the things, my dear brothers and sisters, we have to share, a message we have to share with everyone is we cannot condone in ourselves and in our allies what we condemn in our enemies. In just one airstrike, Israel killed more Palestinian civilians than Israelis that were killed in 3 years in Israel. In just one airstrike, more Palestinian civilians were killed by Israel than in 3 years of Israelis that were killed. And the message we have is very simple today. It's about peace and justice for all people, whether they're Palestinian, whether they're Israeli, whether they're Jewish, Muslim, Christian. All human blood is equal, and we can never be true believers until we recognize that. So the message we give to the world today is that we want to put humanity and peace and justice above politics. Thank you for coming to spread that message of peace. God bless you. Assalamu alaikum.
Thank you, Hassan Shibley from Terrace, Florida, for coming to speak today for the support of the pro-Palestinian movement that we have in the Tampa Bay area. Next up to speak is the Reverend Bruce Wright from the Poor People's Economic Human Rights Campaign and from the Refuge. Please give him a round of applause. First of all, peace to everyone here, regardless of what your religion is, and even if you have no religion. I, as a Christian minister, am here because I believe that all who call themselves Christians must support the right of the Palestinian people to not only exist but to have their own homeland. This is the land of all three faiths that believe in the same God. They may call him Jehovah, they may call him Allah, they may call him Jesus, but we all of those three faiths worship the same God. And so I find it appalling and saddening that we're here today to discuss an issue of people of the same belief, original beliefs, are fighting and in this conflict. Particularly, I call upon Israel to be willing to commit themselves to justice for the Palestinian people and for those in the church in this country and around the world to support the same, as well as our government. The fact of the matter is that Israel has been found guilty of dozens of human rights violations, and Palestine has not, by the United Nations. These include killing of civilians, including children, in war and conflict. They include starvation and deprivation. They include holding back resources necessary to survive. They include holding back the resource of water that is the most important thing to survival. And it also includes the blockade that has been happening both by sea and by land of Gaza. This must end. If we are people of justice, if we are people of faith, or people of good humanity to one another, it must end. and these violations must end. It is clear that Israel is guilty of war crimes, that is, the nation of Israel. But at the same time, we know that the majority of Israel does not want this, the majority of the people in Israel. And this is why we must call upon our government to cease any aid to Israel until this ends, and to bring aid to Gaza and to the West Bank and restore their rights to personhood and their rights to owning their land. And I want to thank you guys for being here, and I encourage everyone to just share this all over the world. Thank you.
Thank you, everybody, and thank you to Friends of Human Rights. Melva Underbaki called a meeting on Monday night to organize this protest. Melva, you don't like to take credit, but thank you very much. Noor from the Islamic community in Tampa, and Fauzi, thank you very much. Everybody who's here, we need to let the people of the United States know that we believe in peace and justice for the people of Palestine. Let's have a couple more chants and then we'll wrap it up. Free, free, Palestine!